I'm going to talk to you this afternoon on mentorship. And what kind of mentorship am I going to talk about? We are now being delegated or directed by our authorities, in this case, referring to several cases where the President of Ghana has told us to copy from China. And in the first place, I have to introduce myself. I am Mama Africa 1, as usual, reaching her children in the global world. And who are those children? Africa's children. My major objective in life is to bridge the worlds together, give understanding and meaning, respect for a peaceful, loving world with one another and to live with each other. If this peace shall be still, this world will be a better place. Yes, on the other hand, just to give you my traditional name or royal name, I am Nana Twenty, the first Queen Mother for Traditional African Medicine Development. Sending you greetings from beautiful Germany, Leverkusen. Hi, this afternoon. I'm specifically talking to Mama Africa's children, the youth especially, our unborn children. You are the ones I want to address. I want to reach you with these points and just throw the question to you to speculate, think, and see what is coming upon you in the next few years. I take a lot of time to think about the youth, our own children we brought into a world. And before we put you into that world, we ourselves destroy the world for you, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I just can't imagine how the youth feel these days. Those without jobs, those migrating under crisis, just the fact of being black in a global world. With your whole life ahead of you, which you've not lived, and what we still keep feeding you with. No heritage, no substance of our own, no cultivated culture of our own, but always about somebody.
For instance, you could see the crucified Black Jesus, and the narrative is Leonardo da Vinci, why change my image into yours? Where is my Madonna and child? You know, then let me show you something. Because how many Ghanaians or Africans would believe that Jesus Christ was black? No, they wouldn't. And here you are, let me show you. These are one of the old, the Madonna and child, the true Madonna and child.
And when I just go back to my own logical thinking, my confusion is that we are born by parents home, and these parents are initially the mentors in our lives. So you grow just becoming exactly one of your parents in the home, especially in Africa, where you have to work together with your parents and be obedient. So it happens that a carpenter's son will become a carpenter, a fisherman's son, no matter how you beat the child, he would like to be a fisherman, and it goes on and on. Trading is everyday activity, so you can't be an African not having an idea about trading. And today we are in a global world where we sit in the media and urge you, our children, to go and get mentorship from Alibaba, to go and get mentorship from some Chinese somewhere. And my personal confusion is, in the first place, if somebody is telling you to go and get mentorship from that foreigner, what respect does he give to the parents who brought you into this world? Are they so incapable to help you cultivate your life? That is one. Two, which surroundings are you growing? Are you growing in that person's environment, being China, where you are being told to go and do what? Learn from that Alibaba. Now, think of your future when you have reached that age of adulthood. What heritage did you acquire for you to give it to your child? For him also to get the identity to say, I'm an African, I'm a black person. I am getting more confused. Africans are running around there in the United States of America, people whom we had painfully given away, not having accepted our evil mistakes. And when I'm talking of evil mistakes, you better repent of the evil you did by escorting us through others for America to be generated out of it. And in this case, I refer to Ghana. The first Portuguese arrived on the shores of Edna, Elmina, and that was the end of the black person's life on earth. To be born black is like you came into this world with calamities. Generationally, it keeps on going on. If we come to talk of repentance, Ghana owe it to the whole Africa to set some time aside. Say a prayer, a serious prayer of repentance. Get a renewal of mind, a change of mind, a liberated mind for Ghana to be able to do what? Liberate Africans again. We've not done any of this. We just have big names: Emancipation Day, Empowerment Day. What baffles my mind is always where you get those big English words, which is not even your language. Is it someone who is giving it to you, or you understand it in your own language? Yesterday, I've just did an example to share this. Yesterday, I was explaining to somebody what entrepreneurship is in Ghana. I said, the word is called in our Twi language, konko. It's just like going to sell on the market. And then the word changed into the English form is called marketing. And then you brought a French version, entrepreneurship. So this gigantic heavy word makes it so heavy even for your African professor to understand. So for that reason, he will put on his beautiful suits, come to Germany, come to Britain, come to Austria, name them. And while sitting in the public at the podium, the moderator will tell you, entrepreneurship is actually what a Ghanaian woman is doing on the market. So I begin to ask myself, is the language which is making it so difficult for you to understand the real thing you are supposed to do, or it is the disorientation from your own self which is making you not able to function as a people? Because if I just look at myself and growing up as a child, the moment of working in the farm together, we as families, when it has rained in the village, the whole village was empty. We all went to the farm and we really had fun. And today, the more they call those outsiders to come and mentor you, the more they disorient you from yourselves. America will come with a program. Going to the farm is child abuse. Helping your parents on the market is child labor. All those things which doesn't suit your climatical conditions in Africa, economical conditions in Africa. Why do you always allow people to come and feed you? When will it be the other way around? When will you come to Germany and tell somebody, live your life this way, bake your bread this way, prepare your sausage this way? Could you ever think of it? So here we are going back to the diaspora, historical diaspora sisters and brothers. We are again running from Africa, preaching to them how they should come back and help Africa. I really honor Dr. Arikana for his good work, but we shouldn't miss the course. He is urging us, he is motivating us that black people should come together and do things together. But I think if we will consider the Ghanaian culture, when you arrive home, somebody will ask you, Amania. And Amania, I think, is a means of asking, what's up? If we should make it today's modern world, what's up? Hey, guy, what's up? And thus, what's up or Amania will give you the opportunity to share your mission and your vision for coming for that journey. And in the course of the Amania, you'll be able to talk more about the purpose, the ideas, everything you have. Okay? Now, we are bringing in everything foreign to come and implement the ideologies in an environment which the people don't understand, even if they came from Jamaica, they came from Haiti, they came from Honduras, they came from United States of America. But in all this, what about the African mother, the queen mother, the queens who got up and fought to defend nations, the chiefs who had been the rulers of Africa? Why don't we ever ask them? How did it start? How does it function here? Where is it going from here? I believe the confusion is just coming from this end, because colony separated traditional political system which involved chiefs and queens to get up and rule. And this is the strength Asantewaa had as a queen mother to get up and get the British off the scene. Yes. What is the role of the queen in the Ghanaian cultural activities today? What is the role of the king in the Ghanaian cultural activities today? They are just display products who adore themselves flamboyantly, who are selling their people unknowingly because somebody sat behind a closed door somewhere and planned land grabbing when the chief was not aware. And before he realized, the other politician who came to do the promotion is asking him on phone, I have had those Chinese come in. Could he come and get the land over there? That poor man gives away the land innocently at the expense of his own child, not thinking a little inch ahead. These are the things I begin to think of. And I ask myself, is somebody considering your future? This is a word for thought. And it has gone on the last 16 years. The globalization has not been 20 years yet. And what has come upon Africa, which all of you could see, I feel so unwanted, unaccepted, insecure in this world at my age that I don't even want to ask you, our young ones, who are of age, to plan your life, to settle down, to get married, to get a secure job, to own that farmland. And as we go to borrow words like entrepreneurship and we sell the lands, so now I'm going to put a question to you. Before Ali Baba could have his channel function, did he have the substance? Did he have the raw material? Does the producer, does the innovator, does the creator have a substance with which he creates? Is the substance coming from the nature? Is the substance coming from the environment? So if you gave away that substance, how could you build up digital marketing? So at this stage, I will just begin to treat the topic confusion. I don't know how confused our African youth are today. African youth domestically, African youth abroad, I just don't know. And I wish I could be inside you to feel how you feel. But I avail myself for you to share with me so that at least I will just be able to try to understand how you feel, just being there for you as a mother. And this is all what a mama does, just to be there for her children. So it is on one side an invitation to you. We always have our contact on the activity. Call me. Whether you are a diaspora-born child with your emotional imbalances, not understanding certain things you go through, call me. I will be there for you. Whether you are an African diaspora, African resident, African who has same imbalances about life's issues, the economic plagues, as aspects of life which today you don't even know where to start from. This I would like to share with you. Because in this life, we all need somebody to lean on. I wish we could be given the opportunity as youth to come out with our own youth governance, which is non-partisan, but has the ability to discuss with the Mr. President, taking the decision today, which I am going to be responsible for as a youth in the future. So at the end of the day, who is thinking for you? And what they are feeding your future with? Is anybody asking you? Is it going to help you? Has anybody asked you, do you like it? Okay? So if you come to countries like Germany, before they planned that globalization was coming, I had been part of the activity where during the project work activity, they will invite us to come and lecture on our cultural environment, certain economic activities like cocoa and chocolate in Ghana, how much the farmer gets, etc., etc., etc. So these people, they have all done their homework before they come. But then they come to you in Africa, and going back to that Amania, nobody told you the decision that has been taken against you. You only had those people come to join, and you welcome them with a loving bosom feeling. The fact that these people are abusers, that is what nobody told you. And the fact that these people are still abusing us, that is what nobody is telling you. And the fact that you can feel it yourself, but you have nobody to talk to, that is the sad part of it. The fact that you can see what is being fed in your environment, changing the system against your cultural understanding, against your cultural function, against your emotions, is what nobody discussed with you. And I believe at this time we look for a platform to give the youth the opportunity to be able to do what? Speak out their minds. So highly to the extent that we could submit it to all heads of states in Africa for them to begin to ask the question, has anybody asked you, that African child, how are you? I took this decision on your behalf. How do you feel about it? I took this decision on your behalf. How did it affect you? I had your farmland destroyed. How did it affect you? I had your gold mines destroy your environment. How did it affect you? I had your river polluted. How did it affect you? I had your air polluted. How did it affect you? You migrated and you were the victim. How? How? Somebody ask African child. Ask the African child, how are you? This is my personal wish and my personal question to every single African authority, and in this case, talking specifically about the Black African. At the end of this program, I'm going to show you a series where you have Ghanaian students, maybe secondary school students, SS students, being assembled by a Chinese with ugly, tiny, short face. Do you see the description? Ugly, tiny, short face.
Chinese people don't control your money. We are not the owners. Chinese people don't know where there is gold. If you don't issue visas to Chinese people cannot enter into your country. They don't know where is the money. They cannot able to enter your country. How could we be able to do galamancy in your country? Why? The question should be answered. Why?
That is the look of a Chinese, having spectacles which makes him more hideous, sitting before African children, and in this case Ghanaian children, and putting it back to them. If you proclaim, or if you claim we come to take your gold, ask your people, it is not from us. Why do you give away the environment to that person, destroy the future of that child, sell the future of that child, and again, you make him or her guilty of a parent who is not doing the rightful thing? What do you want to mentor the children with? You gave away that land and you alone know how you pocketed it and what you benefited out of it. What about that innocent soul? Can't you just leave her alone? So if you assembled Ghanaian or African children for a Chinese to minister those ugly bullshit to them, what is the motivation in there? What is the mentorship in there? Did you involve them when you were going to sell the deal? Look here, Africa's youth. I think I'm going to give you one homework to work on. And this one I say is straight, and I have absolutely no fear of anybody. Because my God, come what may, we are in a world, the African has no choice. We have to wake up every day with grace. You don't know what they will do to us. We don't know whether we'll survive. If you got sick now and you went to the hospital, you are the victim. If you are walking in the streets of Guangzhou, you are the victim. So, YOLO. So the assignment here is ask that adult, ask that authority who is supposed to be your help to pave the way for you. Ask him, do you care about me? Do you feel the way I feel? Do you care about me? And do you feel the way I feel as an African child? Back home, at the end of it, we'll also show you. Previously, I showed you brutalities from Africans themselves, which depicts a wrong image about African on the today's digital world, which makes somebody think the African could only get the message through abuse, brutalities on the road, etc., as if it's not enough. In your own country, now we stand the danger of getting vaccinated, whether we like it or not. Countries like Switzerland, countries like Canada, Italy, Germany, the world is all against brigades. But Ghana is being praised so well because they refuse their own medicine and they are wonderfully using drones to distribute that somebody's medicine. So Ghana is doing so well, Britain will praise Ghana. Okay? So the next minute, when the implementation of the decision of the doctors from France who discussed it, broad daylight on the media, where Drogba, Eto'o were all defending They will defend, but it's going to take that uncle of yours, that father of yours, that auntie of yours, that somebody related to you sitting in that pew as a POLITICIAN. You know what I'm talking about. My word of advice for you is that you gather yourselves, get a hope. I will mentor you into self-creative, sustainable, environmentally, richly saturated, economically highly developed activity that will make you live a happy life in your own Africa, that will make you migrate as a human being, because you don't migrate aimlessly, you don't migrate as a political asylum, you don't migrate with all those excuses, you migrate with a product to go and sell on that global world. And I'm not talking of only one thing. My specialization is in medicine, both ways, but I deal in engineering, textiles, art, furniture, architecture, fashion and design, whatever you bring in as your idea. Mama Africa One takes the idea, nurse it with you, we incubate it, advance it, and then Mama equips you as she endeavors to set up the big platform for us here, for us to be able to sell our products practically. The moment we go to that level, then we have initiated global participation. And out of those activities, that Alibaba, who your authority as Mr. President is asking you to go and follow, that Alibaba is just in Ghana. And I believe he's in Kenya. And I believe he's in Nigeria. And I believe he's in Tunisia, all the way to Botswana, because Africa is so huge and has more than varieties. Yes. If somebody is not going to do it for you, you have to do it yourself. So start it now with your generation. Come to this mama. I am all there for you. You are my passion. You live, that's why I live. So I just want to share with you. Don't lose hope. And I'm the same way urging you to go and tell those parents of yours for the decisions you are taking around us today. Do you think of our tomorrow? Do you think of our survival? Being brutalized on the roads of Kumasi recently at the COVID, I just got a news yesterday. Accra, Jamestown, 400 houses has been demolished.
No, they never came to say, oh, we'll relocate this organization. Or, okay, we are putting you here. All they said, the exact word from the Metro Chief is, the Chinese want to use your place for residents. So you have to sacrifice and give it to them for 3 years. We will give it back to you. The question I asked was, so if we have to sacrifice, what is the government doing about it?
Well, Mr. Politician, you may have a good argument, but I have to tell you something. Respect is very important. Respecting human beings is very, very important. What you did there, a German child cannot imagine. What is the difference here? Because the German will nurse the idea gradually, look for a location to relocate the people, make sure that they depart from their homes in peace, taking everything they needed with them. And now here, take care. Those homes are our ancestral spirits. Those homes have special memories. Those homes have special odors. Those homes have special symbols which give the people a meaning when they remember the grandparents, the great-grandparents, the mother, the father. It is a whole history. So for that sake, if you are going to have a change done in that place, you have to do it ritually, with respect. How much do you want from the African? Ghana, how much do you want from your own children? Is anybody thinking? How much? How much? You go, you kick them out in the face of COVID-19. Hey, how many could one person bear? How much have you been paid by Bill Gates to kill us black people? Do you know the number of people you kill for that foolish action? And I call it foolish because it will not happen here in Europe. We are equally human beings like anybody else. And if you are human being like anybody else, it is time you respect yourself and respect somebody. Okay? If your foolish decision is going to make the Chinese get a job at the expense of that Ghanaian whose ancestral home you destroyed, it's time to think. Money is not everything. Money is just papers with pictures on it. True riches is the ability to innovate. True riches is the ability to create. So give me a break. Give me a break. Who signed the West African Ocean for China? Who signed the West African Ocean for European Union? Oh my God, what a change that has taken place on that continent and in that home of mine. When I was a baby, this was the size of a tunfish. The fishermen would be sitting on the mountain top and say, oh, there is fish in the ocean. And then they would drop quickly, pick their canoes, go and come with such a bumper catch. I came to Germany to learn Holland machete, and this is referring to Eban, the herrings. They were mountains when we call something Maura, the season, August. These were the abundance Jehovah God gave us, and the people enjoyed it and then honored God with thanksgiving. Who signed the contract for that Chinese? Give me a break. Mr. President, you tell me I should go and get Ali Baba to be my mentor. You tell me Africa's youth should learn entrepreneurship from China. Great. Where is the timber coming from, which the Chinese, the European, has used to design that big ship? Where is the timber coming from? Is it coming from my Ghana? The answer is yes. Okay. If Sekendi Takrade and Apam designs the fishing boat, the very person who is designing the fishing boat is able to design the ship. Maybe with a few more different nuances and a little more creativity. But did you give that opportunity to the Ghanaian and he couldn't make it? Did you give it to that African and he couldn't make it? The very person who designed the canoe, he's the same person who can design the ship. It is just about measurement, etc., etc. You sold the ocean to the Chinese, gave the timber to the Chinese. He made the money out of my resources, and you come to destroy my residence for the Chinese to come and build whatever port, so that at the end of the day, you will boast of that we developed the country. I think I have to talk to somebody. Development without your own mental addition is no development. Because whatever you build, and whatever you create, and whatever you innovate, when it is getting destroyed, you know where you started from, you have the information, you have the ideas, you have the creativity, you only add up to it and renew it. So be it architectural design, be it the building of cars, be it whatever, as long as you did it yourself, you can do it better. So today, if you came and molested the Ghanaian at Jamestown, to have the Chinese come and build whatever over there, whilst the Ghanaian is still using his little fishing boat, the Chinese will go and fish it out, send the best part to Europe. Today, the tunfish, we have them in these pieces. We call it tuna sticks. And when I was a child, I knew only of the tuna fish in the can. We have it here in varieties. The tuna fish in can, we have it in varieties, and those fresh ones cut into pieces. I don't remember the last time I saw tuna fish in Ghana. Today, to tell a child born in Ghana about fresh tuna fish is a history. These are the things I take time to think about, and I ask myself, is somebody thinking? Is somebody thinking about your decisions? Look here, you guys. Take this as a serious warning. None of you should get out of the university without having studied traditional African religion and Afrocentric way of life. I am so African in the face of everybody. I am so African. Give me the whole world to exchange my African over my dead body. Over my dead body. The only thing I could urge you here, let us join together. As long as Jehovah Elohim has the regenerational abilities in the nature, everything, gradually but surely, you will get there. Using your creativity and innovation, as the things grow there, we could produce our own things as usual and then be able to build our economy. Those Chinese, we will march back. Whether they like it or not, they will go. Are we not the Africans who have succeeded in becoming independent from Europe and America? We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe. And I say, we shall overcome someday. Do you know what? Chinese system of building up Africa is give them the money, increase the interest, build it, bring in your workmanship, bring in your workforce, build it, and when they are not able to pay, and when they are so vulnerable, take it away and make it your own. No, 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 no. You, Mr. Jinping, the earlier you get it here, the better. If we did it with Europe and America, look here, it's not going to take any longer. Our youth are coming. And everything you did with Africa's children in your Guangzhou, everything you are doing with Africa's children, I warned you, you will get it back. Good measure, pressed down, shaking together, we will give it back to you without fear. Yes, and I am saying this as a warning. The earlier you keep your dirty money to yourself and leave Africa alone, the better. Africa has got what it took. You may be fortunate to be dealing with some people who are still having colonial hang-ups here. But look here, some of us, we are just not at all interested in politics. But we are very much keen to see justice. And I live for justice. What you will not do to that ugly Chinese child, don't do it to that royal African. That is all my anger. And you, that Mr. Whoever, you could call yourself the president, whoever is taking that contract, it's not going to take any long. Look for a money somewhere to pay them back. because we'll get them out by hook or crook. If not today, tomorrow. Even though it tarries, it will surely come to pass. Learn your Afrocentric life. As we join our brethren from America who are coming, I urge you, that Queen Mother, let us come together. Let us learn how to work together, how to educate our youth together, how to embrace our brothers and sisters who are coming together and build a beautiful Africa where people will come there and see God in a world with peace. Africa's youth will rise. Africa's youth shall overcome. Africa's youth are no more going to be the victim of tomorrow. All over the world, you can name it. Europe, America, Switzerland, Germany, Britain, Ireland, Austria, your racial nonsense. The time is going to come, you will come and meet us over there, and we will teach you the purpose of living here on earth is just to love one another. Above everything, should anybody get closer to you with that Bill Gates evil to sterilize you, to eat out your children in your wombs, you get up and put your finger straight into the nose of that authority and say, no, absolutely not. It is your life, and if the Creator gave you your freedom, then please, baby, you have every right to maintain your freedom. Your freedom is your own. Everybody is fighting for that freedom worldwide. Africa is fighting for double freedom. Don't make Africa's children victims, and don't play racism against Africa's children. These are the two things Africa is asking the world to do. All the world, wherever Africans are facing injustice, that is what we are talking about. I hope somebody is listening, and listening very well. You, the black man, take the rightful decision today for a better tomorrow. And you, that other brother, when you come in, come with love. Your days of greediness was yesterday. Thank you.